अपना इंट्रोडक्शन दे दीजिएगा।
Hello, very good morning to all of you. Today, myself Dr. Ravikant Gupta, Dean Faculty of Political Science, Rama University, Kanpur. Today I am here as the invited to me on the topic custodial death and the role of judiciary. So on this topic, today I will discuss before you. Before we start the topic, before talking about this, I would like to thank Chairman District Legal Service Authority, Kanpur Nagar, to invite me for this special opportunities. Dear friends, as you know, custodial death. What is the meaning of custody? Do you know? Anyone tell me? Yes.
सर जब एक्यूज की पुलिस कस्टडी के अंदर मृत्यु हो जाती है तो उसको
Any other? Any other students? I am asking you about the custody. Yes. Yes, good. Means care person. Someone is the care person of the other things of person is not in the custody. So, custodial death, it is the matter of the police admission. But we are, before starting about this, what is the jurisprudence about the state? Do you know how the state created? When you elect the government, some rights you waive in the favor of the government. When any government make any law, you will be bound by this law. So, in the exchange of this waive of rights by you to the elected government secure to you as a security. So, if the government is provide the security, government means your state. Government become fail, then contract will be breached. So it is the jurisprudence creation of the state. So in criminal law cases you will found, you will see one party is the state always. Why? Because any crime is the against of the state. So police administration is also part of the state. Now all of you already go to the court and see the proceeding. Where the proceeding starts, from which stage? Can anyone tell me? Yes? Anyone? Criminal proceeding when start? Hello? Yes? Yes. Any other? What are the stages of the crime proceeding? Criminal proceeding. First is necessary incident. Okay? Then after, inform to the police station. It may be cognizable offence, it may be non cognizable offence. If it is cognizable offence, then FIR will be lost. and it is when it is non-cognizant offense, then it will be NCR. Okay. So here is the FIR has been lodged by the police officer. Then next stage will be investigations. So IO investigation officers will go the place where the incident has been committed and collect the evidence. If any person is the suspected, IO will arrest them. So about the arrest, where is the provision? Where is the provision? In CRPC under section 41. Police officer can arrest any person without warrant. The conditions are there, they must be followed. So here started the administrative discipline of the police, activity of the police. Now, when police arrest to the person, so it is the duty of the police officer, investigation officers, that arrested person must be present before the court within 24 hours from the arresting time. But you have seen so many cases, you have found so many cases daily in newspaper in the regards of the custodial death, custodial torture. Many cases you will find daily you are reading in the newspapers. Why? Because before representing the person, arrested person before the court, within 24 hours, what is the doing by the police officers with the arrested person? Here it is the torture. Sometimes it's the torture, not only always. Why they torture to the person? To confess the crime. But before going to discuss about this, so do you know what is the meaning of the custody? Because so many questions raised in your mind. Custody, police custody. If a person who has been arrested without warrant and went till the time of the present before the court, means it is the 24 hours. So this time is known as the pure police custody. Okay. So when suspected person arrested by the police officers, they interrogate them about the collection of the materials. If we discuss about the provision here, Article 22 of the Constitution. Anyone tell me about the Article 22? I think most of the students of the final year students. No. So what is the Article 22? Where is the Constitution is mentioned that when any person will be arrested, it must be present before the court within 24 hours. Article 24. In CRPC, in Criminal Procedure Code, Section 56 and Section 57 provides about this. When any person arrested by the police officer, such arrested person must be represented before the court within 24 hours. Now, I am saying to you, when police officer arrest the person, interrogate to them about the evidence, about the incident. But Article 20, Clause 3 of the Constitution, do you know about this? What is the Article 20, Clause 3? Yes? Any mic? No? Yes. No one should be compelled to as a witness against himself. कोई भी व्यक्ति को अपने विरुद्ध साक्ष्य देने के लिए बाध्य नहीं किया जा सकता, which is known as the right against self-incrimination. So, when any police officers during the custody ask the arrest person, interrogate the arrest person, if a person who is not giving any information, he or she not admitted before she not confess before the police officers. So, police officer adopt the other procedure, other method, which is known as the third degree. What is the third degree? Third degree is the torture. It is not legal. There is no provisions in the law. There is no right to the police officers to torture to the other person. On the other hand, if any person confess before the police officers, there is any relevancy of this confession? No. So why police officers torture to the other person? So this is the custody of the police officers. And after they arresting such person within 24 hours when they present before the court, if police officers want to interrogate to the person, then he take in police remand under section 167 of the CRPC. So how much day or police remand may be granted by the magistrate under section 167? You don't know? CRPC नहीं पढ़ी, किसी ने भी नहीं पढ़ी है.
Maximum 15 days.
Yes, maximum 15 days. It is right. Then after, it will, arrested person will be sent to in jail. This is called the judicial custody. So, when the arrested person, now come to the difference between the judicial custody and the police custody. When a person, arrested person under the custody of the police officer for the interrogation, it is known as the police custody. And on the other side, when the court sent to the person during trial to the jail, it is known as the judicial custody. So, where the question is arise, when police officers torture to the arrested person and such person if died, what will be? In most of the cases you have seen latest in the Vikas Dubey case, most of the students know about this encounter. In the regards of the police officer, it has been said encounter expert. This is right in projector? No, I am against this. So encounter may be justified or unjustified. When encounter may be justified? Yes? Yes. When a police officer in the self-defense kill the arrested person or the accused. But when police officer not prove that in I self-defense kill to them, then it is not justified. But most of the cases, if you have studied, you will find that they are the fake interview, fake encounter. You are saying the movies also. Movie is the mirror of the society. Movie is the creation of the human being's mind. So any thought come in your mind when you have seen something in the society. So this is the encounter. Now encounter is a fake encounter if the dependent of the peoples who is dependent on the arrested person who will maintain to her or his life, who will be liable for that. Because in most of the cases I study, I think there is no arrangement here. I prepared a PPT with data of the NHRC year by year. What is the ratio of the custodial death? So, what are the reasons behind the custodial death? Can anyone tell me one or two reasons? Being a human being, you think the point. When any pressure come on the police officers in a high profile case, then police officer arrest any person who is innocent and pressurize to them confess the offense. And finally, then after, in the way encountered to him, file close. Okay? But innocent person, he is not declared guilt by the court, he is not convicted by the court. So it is wrong. Other reason is corruption. Corruption is also very strong reason behind the custodial death. If a person who is the richest, who has money, go to the court, get some money, and they are enjoying before the under the prison. Every facility will be provided by the police officers to them. But a person who is poor, who has no money, he will be tortured by the police officers. Actual position here. All of you already seen in the society this. Why? We are not living in the police state, we are living in the welfare state. During British era, they make the law for the service of the king. But in present era in India, any officer is the service of a servant of the public. It is in the constitution, it is everywhere, but it is not actually in the practical behavior. Police officers not respect the human rights. While every human being hold the human rights, there is no discrimination in the International Covenant and Declaration, UDHR, ICCPR. Do you heard about the UDHR? UDHR के बारे में जानते हैं? नहीं? 10 दिसंबर को सुना है? क्यों मनाया जाता है? Universal Declaration on Human Rights, UDHR, in 1948. It came into force 10 December 1948. Although this document is not binding, it is not binding on the binding nature on the states. It will be. It was the open to the all states. They follow this and make the law in states to protect the human rights of the person. Then after, it was the need International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, 1976. So though state has been signed in the ICCPR and ratified it, all provision of this international covenant will be applicable on the particular state. They are bound by this. So in ICCPR and UDHR already mentioned that every person had right to life with dignity. Means what is the dignity? Dignity to life. Dignity is also not fixed. Roti, kapda or makan is not sufficient for the dignity. It will be also developed as well as the society will be developed. Latest example is saying that in 1992 and 1993 unification cases and Mohijan cases, Honorable Supreme Court declared that the right to education is the fundamental right. Okay. But in 2002, while the 86 amendments, Parliament amended the Constitution and Article 21A inserted in the Constitution in Part 3, right to education is a fundamental right. So before going the 1992, you will found that the right to education was not fundamental right. But as well as the society developed, most of the person is going to literate. And those persons who are illiterate, they have right to education. So it is the duty of the government to provide the education. So as well as the society will be developed, rights of the peoples also will be increased. If in future time will come, everyone has right to mobile. It may be without mobile, maybe something life is nothing. Maybe say, then it will be duty of the government to provide the mobile to every person. Yes, as well as the society will develop. You have seen in most of the public places, Wi-Fi is free. It is the step on this side. So this is the development of the welfare state, but actually we are living in the police state. We adopted in 1950 by the constitution famous as a welfare state, and everyone is liable to the public, but mentally they are not prepared. They are not working for the public. So this is the reason of the custodial torture. Another reason is the salary of the police officers. I am not always criticized to the police officers. No one side. If you are a researcher, study the all the side. Salary of the police officers is also so less. It is the human being nature. When the all the needs will not fulfill by the salary, they will go other side for the income. It is human being nature. So a person who is working 24 hours, so when he will earn the money? On the duty by the corruption. It is the reason. So for that, government take the action. Other reason, police officers is also human being. They have 24 hours duty. How you expect that they will always 24 hours will do very well? कोई व्यक्ति कर सकता है 24 घंटे एक से उसका काम अच्छा है? नहीं. If you want to in the work some extra efforts, then give the time to the police officers also. So this is also reason. Pressure of the government. Why are you not arresting the person? If the accused is outside of the state, but pressure on the police officers, arrested. Why? What are you doing? So under pressure, they will arrest the innocent person and finally close the file. This is also reason of the custodial torture and custodial act. Some of the peoples, some of the police officers, they say that if I will encounter the most of the peoples, we will award it as the offices, different offices, promotion. Actually, this has been seen in government. This is the tradition. It is bad tradition. I am against that. If a person who is the encounter, he is not respect the human being, so not should be promoted. So, training system of the police officer must be changed. In a international covenant, UDHR, ICCPR, the already provisions is there. Except it, international convention against the torture in 1984, inhuman activities. So this convention, Indian government already signed, but till today not ratified by the parliament, not ratified by the government. So you know very well, when government of India sign any international covenant, it is necessary that it must be ratified by the parliament, then it will be implemented on us. Without the ratification, it is not binding. So till today, in 1987, government of India signed on this, but till today, there is no act about this. In 2010, our government started the efforts for this. A bill has been produced before the parliament, but it is not passed by the parliament, not enacted. So this is the international legal vision about this. Now come on, point on the national provisions. Already I discussed to you when define the custodian that Article 21, Article 20 and Article 22 of the Constitution of India. These articles are very vast articles, and we say 21 is no person shall be deprived from his personal life and liberty without any procedure established by, means only I think say 15-16 words is there. But if the Supreme Court interpreted these words in so many rights have been embedded in this article, means right to life, interpreted by the Supreme Court. No one rights is found in part third. If any rights not found in the part third, you Supreme Court go to the Article 21 and interpret this with the international covenant and declare this is the fundamental rights. As well as Article 20 is also very important in the regards of the custodian. In the regards of the criminal jurisprudence, 20 clause 1, 20 clause 2 and 20 clause 3. 20 clause 1 means ex post facto law. Do you know ex post facto law? कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन तो सभी ने पढ़ा होगा, नहीं पढ़ा? क्या मतलब होता है एक्स पोस्ट फैक्टो लॉ? यस यस, when any offense has been committed, if such offense or such act is not punishable by the law, then after make the law that such act will be punishable by law. So such law will not be applied for such person who act the law when the law was not there. Clear? This is called ex post. On the other hand, Article 20 Clause 2 is related to the double jeopardy. Have you heard about this? What is the meaning double jeopardy? Yes, पीछे. No, you. Yes. Yes. मीन्स एक ही अपराध के लिए किसी व्यक्ति को दो बार दंडित नहीं किया जा सकता. अगर ऐसा किया जाएगा तो फिर क्या है? जस्टिस है? नहीं है. So this is the Article 20 Clause 2. And about the Article 20 Clause 3, rights against the self-incrimination, I already discussed to you. No person shall be compelled to give evidence against himself. किसी भी व्यक्ति को अपने विरुद्ध साक्ष्य देने के लिए बाध्य नहीं किया जा सकता. So then after come CRPC provisions. In national law provisions CRPC section 56, section 57 already discussed that within 24 hours arrested person must be present before the court. And also section 55 is very important to examine medical examination of the arrested person. Here the question arises that when any arrested person, any police officers torture to him, it is legal or illegal? Yes? Legal? Illegal? Yes? Where is the illegal? Where is the provisions? There is any provision in the IPC to punish to them? Section 330 and section 331. Means voluntary help to any person to extort the information or confession. Section 330, 330. And section 331, voluntary grievous hurt to extort the information and confession. For the section 330 means only hurt. The punishment is the 7 years, and for the grievous hurt is the punishment about the for the grievous hurt, section 331 of the IPC is 10 years. So IPC provided the provisions if any police officers torture to any arrested person, they will be punished under section 330 or 331. Any question? I think something is raised in your mind. Yes? Any question in your mind? No? So these are the provisions in the CRPC and IPC. IPC general, I am not say all the provisions related to the general defense already or you know. Chapter 4 already you know. Defense. जानते हैं? आत्म अभिरक्षा सेल्फ डिफेंस के बारे में किस सेक्शन से किस सेक्शन में है आईपीसी में? सेल्फ डिफेंस. I am asking only about the self defense.
Right to private self defense is asked.
Any other? Yes. 96-10 against the human body and against the property. Dear friends, picking my solutions. Go to the study always with the hand you go direct, because if you choose this profession without direct knowledge, nothing in this profession. Always some sections are very important. It will be especially in your tips. If you are sleeping, please tell me about this. There is no need to time. Already replied. So go to the study. Now you have yes. 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 Now I am coming. I am coming on this point. Now I am discussing about only custodial that. I am not going on the role of the judiciary. See what is the custodial, what is the custody, what is the judicial custody, what is the encounter, when the encounter will be justified and when the encounter will be unjustified. So this is discussed by me. And also what are the provisions at the national level, what are the provisions at the national levels. So about this, there are so many other provisions also. If we discuss Prison Act also, 1894, there are some provisions, what will be the manners, everything there. And National Human Rights Commissions also work as a watchdog about this, prepare the reports. But some data is also here. More than 2500 cases are found custodial death in India. But some of the cases only registered. Only 175 cases registered by the NHRC in India. If we go to the causes of the custodial death, torture, innocent person arrested, and corruption, as well as the rape is also region. These are the reasons behind this. Now, as he asked me, what steps have been taken to prevent the custodial death? We know there are three parts of the state. What are the three parts? Yes? What are the three organs of the state? Yes, one students. Yes, good. These three parts: legislature, executive, and judiciary. These three organs play very vital roles in the democratic society in any state. State make the law, state legislature make the law, and executive body implement the law, and judiciary provide the justice. So any law which has been enacted by the legislature, then such law is depend on the execution of by the executive body. So if the proper implementation is not there, then law will be only on paper. There are so many laws in this government. Most of the laws they are on the papers has been abolished. But some examples are also currently uh, in the societies, legal provisions. So, if the legislature not make the law, if the implementation problem is there, then what will be the procedure? Go to the remedy before the court. Then come to the role of the judiciary. Okay? So, many cases on there. Some of the cases are Jogendra Singh and the D.K. Basu, Neelavati Bora. These are related to case custodial death. In these cases, the Supreme Court, in all these cases, Honorable Supreme Court gives the guidelines about the arrested person in the D.K. Basu versus West Bengal. Very wide guideline given by the Honorable Supreme Court in this case. Some of the guidelines has been adopted by the government and amended the CRPC. As when any person, when any police officer arrest the person, inform to the native, entry the name, entry the regions in a register, particular register in police office, in police station. Already provisions have been made, but they are implemented properly or no? They are not properly implemented. If you go in the police station, ask the register about the register, they say nothing is there. Why? If a police officer go to the arrest person, already give the guideline, when you go before the court, when you go arrest to the any person, go to the uniform, his name, designation, everything is there. In movies you have seen, कुछ फर्जी लोग चले जाते हैं बनकर के पुलिस ऑफिसर्स और क्या करते हैं उठा के ले जाते हैं. It is also applicable. Court already give the direction about this, but not follow. Parliament also enacted the law. Parliament amended the CRPC also, but not followed by the police officers. So already all provisions there, but implementation mechanism not proper. This is the problem. If Parliament or legislature make the law, or it is necessary, implement it properly. It is not only duty of the police officer, it is also responsibility of the peoples to aware about this. Most of the peoples doesn't know about the confession. If any confession made before the police officers, it is relevant or irrelevant. It is admissible or inadmissible. Do you know? It is admissible? No. If a person who has knowledge that it is not admissible, so why he is waiting? Yes, you are saying that I have done, लाइव में साइन कर देता हूँ, and we will go before the court and deny. तो हम कह रहे हैं भाई मैंने नहीं किया, इनके डर के मारे कर दिया. इफ यू आर राइट, अगर आपका कहीं भी इन्वॉल्वमेंट है तो आप फंस जाए, अगर आप सही हैं तो आपके लिए कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। So no one know about this. There is no evidentiary value. In Evidence Act also section 24-25 provided the provisions. Section 26 of the Evidence also provided the provisions. पुलिस ऑफिसर्स को की गई कन्फेशन क्या एडमिसिबल है? नो। So for the conviction if he torturing, so why are you waiting? Yes, if he is saying admit, okay, then you go to the courts but deny there. Otherwise, if you admit in the court, you confess in the court, then you will be convicted on the case. So awareness of the society is also necessary for that. Next, my suggestion about this is that, I think time is over. My suggestion about this that training system of the police officers must be reformed. Because if the human rights is on the paper, but human right must be in the mind of the people's mind of the police officers. If only paper, I have studied what is this, I got the marks, I have success, I got the success, and got achieved the chair, right? But forget what are the human rights, only see the money, only see the chair. I am the official. What was the object behind this? What oath has been taken by the police officers to join? They forget it. So it is necessary in training system, human right must be included in proper way. Human right is already there. ऐसा नहीं है कि ट्रेनिंग सिस्टम में ह्यूमन राइट्स के बारे में नहीं है, सब कुछ है, लेकिन हमें उनके इस तरह से इसको डालना है कि वो उसको प्रॉपर इंप्लीमेंट करने में। दूसरा मेरा सजेशन है, सेकंड सजेशन इज दैट वी आर लिविंग इन द डिजिटल एरा। In digital era, so camera will play bigger roles to prevent the custodial death. Means in every cars must be camera. जहाँ जहाँ कार जाएगी कैमरा लगा है इसके अकॉर्डिंग। And in police station camera installation is necessary. लेकिन होता क्या है, कैमरा तो इंस्टॉल है लेकिन चलता कुछ नहीं है, रिकॉर्डिंग नहीं होती है, कुछ हमारी मूवी भी रोल प्ले कर देती है। बोले कैमरा कैसे बंद करना है, जाना भी ना पड़े, दिखे भी नहीं, एक गुब्बारा लाइए गैस वाला उड़ा दीजिए, उसके ऊपर लगा दीजिए, कुछ नहीं दिखेगा। कैमरे के ऊपर लग गया ना। So everything must be in record. Means a person who will be liable for the camera proper installation, proper care, a person must be appointed. सिर्फ कैमरा लगाने से नहीं होता है, कैमरा लगाने के साथ साथ एक व्यक्ति ऐसा लायबल होना चाहिए, उसकी उत्तरदायी होना चाहिए कि जो इसका रिकॉर्ड रखे कि कब कैमरा बंद हुआ, कब वो सही हुआ, क्या कमी थी। अभी मैंने एक जगह से एक मेरे अंडर में डिजर्टेशन कर रहा है बच्चा, तो उसका ये टॉपिक है तो उसने पुलिस स्टेशन में जाकर के वो कैमरा डिजिटलाइजेशन के बारे में पूछा, तो कहा सर हमको डेटा दे दीजिए, मेरा रिसर्च वर्क है। वो कह रहा बेटा ये तो खराब है 1 महीने से। अब गवर्नमेंट क्या कर सकती है? गवर्नमेंट मेक द लॉ, but implementation problem is there. So if any law, any guidelines given, it must be proper and proper implemented. Second is the next is the suggestion is that working hours of the police officers must be decided and decrease the time. 24 hours no one is capable to give all the best services to you. Salary must be increases of the police officers, because if the sufficient salary will be given to them, then they will not diverge on the other people. अगर उनकी जरूरतें उसमें पूरी होने लगे, अब जरूरतें तो किसी की भी पूरी नहीं होती हैं, लेकिन एक कॉमन जो बात कहते हैं, अगर वो उसकी बेसिक नीड्स पूरी हो रही है तो आई थिंक उसी हिसाब में वो नहीं जाए। So government should be ratified, जो इंटरनेशनल कन्वेंशन है अगेंस्ट टॉर्चर must be ratified by the government, and about this make the law, special law to prevent the custodial torture and inhuman treatment. So these are my suggestions. If you have any questions you can ask.
उत्तर प्रदेश पुलिस विभाग में उसका एक भाग है एसटीएफ, वो किसी को बिना वर्दी के कभी भी कहीं से किसी भी प्रकार से उठा लेती है। 2-2 दिन के लिए 4-4 दिन के लिए व्यक्ति गायब है, मरना समय अवस्था में उसको घर के बाहर फेंक के चले जाते हैं। क्या कर रहे हैं, इसको कैसे रोका जाए, कोई प्रोविजन है इसका?
Go to the article 22. आर्टिकल 22 में कुछ एक्सेप्शन जोड़ा गया है। आर्टिकल 22 में एक्सेप्शन है कि जो आपको 22 के राइट्स मिले हुए हैं, कुछ परिस्थितियों में कुछ ऐसे ऑफेंस हैं जैसे कोटा है, इनके बारे में वो एप्लीकेबल नहीं है ना। सो एसटीएफ नहीं, पुलिस भी उठा लाती है। मैं तो ये भी कह रहा हूँ, एसटीएफ की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, पुलिस भी उठा लाती है। सारा रिकॉर्ड बना हुआ है, सारा लॉ बना हुआ है, वही इंप्लीमेंटेशन प्रॉब्लम इज देयर। जबकि लॉ में प्रोविजंस है, व्हेन एनी पर्सन अरेस्ट बाय द पुलिस ऑफिसर्स इन्फॉर्म टू द रिलेटेड पर्सन, जो अरेस्टेड पर्सन है उसके संबंधी को सूचना दी जानी चाहिए कि इस व्यक्ति को अरेस्ट करके मैं कहां ले जा रहा हूं। सूचना क्या मिलती है कि वो ट्रैक पर पड़ा हुआ है। दिस इज द इंप्लीमेंटेशन प्रॉब्लम, दिस इज द लैक ऑफ द awareness of the police officers in the regards of the human rights. This is the reason. This is not problem of the law, this is the problem of the nature of human beings who is working as a police officer. लॉ आप कुछ बना दीजिए, इंप्लीमेंट किसको करना है, एग्जीक्यूटिव को करना है। एग्जीक्यूटिव कौन है, वही है ना। कुछ पकड़े गए तो उनको तो सजा मिल गई, जो नहीं पकड़े गए वो कह रहे हैं कुछ नहीं होता है। So this is the problem, aware of the society is also necessary. इसीलिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने डीपी वसू में एक गाइडलाइन दी थी, when any person, any police officer go before the when police officers go to the arrest any person, go with designation, अपने designation को वो show करे, यूनिफॉर्म में होना चाहिए, जिससे सामने वाले को उसको इन्फॉर्म करे कि किस अपराध के लिए उसको अरेस्ट किया जाना। Guideline already there, but problem is the implementation. So, any other question? Any question? No question. Thank you. Listen to me.
Thank you so much, sir. अभी हमने डॉक्टर रविकांत गुप्ता जी को सुना. He is Dean in the Faculty of Judicial Studies, Rama University. तो custodial death के बारे में थोड़ा you have been enlightened. तो death क्या होती है? What is death? और why is custodial death important? मतलब ये इतना highlighted क्यों है? Why is custodial death being so highlighted? But just I want to add on a few one or two points from the perspective of judicial officer. Someone tell? Death तो सबको पता है क्या होती है? कस्टोडियल डेथ को इतना इसकी इतनी ग्रेविटी क्यों है? इसको इतना हीनियस क्यों माना जाता है? इसको इतना खराब क्यों माना जाता है? टैबू क्यों? बताओ।
इनोसेंट पर्सन के साथ
एक व्यक्ति जो न्यायिक अभिरक्षा में गया हुआ है, उसने अपराध किया है या नहीं किया है?
पुलिस अभिरक्षा में गया है तो
पुलिस अभिरक्षा
पुलिस अभिरक्षा क्या होती है?
पुलिस किसी व्यक्ति को किसी अपराध के होने के पश्चात जो
एप्रीहेंशन पे उसको ले जाती है, इन्वेस्टिगेट करने के लिए
शक के दायरे में जो ले जाती है, उसको फिर पूछताछ करती है, जबरदस्ती अगर उससे करवाने की कोशिश करती है, अपना वर्कलोड कम करने के लिए कि ये बोल देगा तो ठीक है हमारा काम
जुडिशियल भाषा में समझो। कस्टोडियल डेथ इसको ग्रेवर रूटीन पे इसलिए रखा गया है बिकॉज अ पर्सन जिसकी पर्सनल लिबर्टी हैज बीन कर्टेल्ड in the way of any law, किसी law के या किसी apprehension पे या किसी तरह की कोई fear पे या किसी तरह की किसी complaint पे अगर किसी व्यक्ति को arrest किया गया है और life and personal liberty guarantee करता है constitution. Article 21 guarantees the life and personal liberty to every individual of the country. और अगर this is a very precious right and it is a human right. It is beyond constitutional rights and that is beyond any legal right. That is a constitutional right too, but that is a primus a human right. And whenever human right comes in play, so human right is the highest degree of right. And the person who is intermingling with that liberty or that personal liberty of an individual, so he is under a very high level of, high degree of responsibility कि आपकी कस्टडी में अगर कोई बंदा है या कोई व्यक्ति है या कोई पर्सन है तो अगर उसके साथ कोई भी इंजरी कॉज होती है या उसकी कभी डेथ हो जाती है या किसी भी अनयूजुअल सर्कमस्टांस में अगर he has been given कोई हर्ट हो जाए या उसकी डेथ हो जाए तो उसकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एक कास्ट ये सबसे हाईएस्ट फॉर्म की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है क्योंकि ये ह्यूमन राइट्स को वॉयलेट करती है। तो दैट इज व्हाई कस्टडी आप अगर किसी चीज आपको अगर किसी चीज की कस्टडी दे दी जाए फॉर एग्जांपल someone from this row अगर मैंने आपको कस्टडी में दे दिया आपने मान लीजिए कोई ऑर्नामेंट्स सम ज्वेलरी फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने आपको दे दिया तो अब अगर वो स्टील हो जाती है या वो खो जाती है या कहीं भी मिसप्लेस हो जाती है, who will be responsible? You will be responsible, none other than you. तो अगर किसी भी तरह की कोई भी हर्ट, इंजरी और दी डेथ हैज बीन कॉज्ड टू दैट पर्सन जो आपकी कस्टडी में है, तो इट इज ओनली योर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू एक्सप्लेन कि इन व्हाट सर्कमस्टांसेस, क्योंकि ह्यूमन राइट्स को कोई वायलेट नहीं कर सकता। राइट अगेंस्ट टॉर्चर है, राइट अगेंस्ट लाइफ इन पर्सनल लिबर्टी को सिक्योर करने वाले लॉज हैं हमारे यहाँ। तो ऐसा किसी तरह का कोई काम, बिकॉज ही इज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग एंड ह्यूमन राइट्स विल बी टाइमोस्ट, तो इस तरह का कोई काम नहीं किया जा सकता। इंटरोगेशन के लिए भी आप नहीं कर सकते, एंड दैट इज प्रिजम्पशन ऑफ our constitution. This is the presumption which we have from our police officers or the custodians जितने जो custody लेते हैं किसी भी interrogations के, तो this is presumed from them। और इसका अगर वायलेशन होता है तो जिसका ये जांच बैठती है, यू ऑल नो इट इज अ जुडिशियल मतलब काइंड ऑफ जांच, जो भी इंक्वायरी होती है दैट इज अ जुडिशियल इंक्वायरी, वो हमारे मजिस्ट्रेट्स वगैरह जो दे कंडक्ट दैट इंक्वायरी। तो इसलिए जो है डेथ से कस्टोडियल डेथ की ग्रेविटी बढ़ जाती है, क्योंकि वो किसी की कस्टडी में है, और कस्टडी में अगर है तो दिस इज द होल सोल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ अ पर्सन। और अगर हो जाती है तो ही इज अंडर एन ऑब्लिगेशन टू मतलब एक्सप्लेन कि कैसे उसकी डेथ हुई। और अगर दैट इज कॉज किसी और कारण से होती है जो एक्सप्लेनेबल है, सिर्फ तभी उसी एक्सटेंट तक उसको एक्सक्यूज किया जा सकता है। लेकिन अगर वो अनएक्सप्लेनेबल है, जो ऐसी सर्कमस्टांसेस है जिसको एक्सप्लेन नहीं किया जा सकता, या इस तरह की कोई सर्कमस्टांस है जिसमें जो जस्टिफाइड नहीं है इन द आई ऑफ लॉ, तो he will be held guilty। ठीक है? तो next we are having with us Professor R.P. K. Pandey। He is a professor in BND College, Law College। He will be explaining us the role of judiciary as custodian of Constitution। Be attentive, listen to his class।
मैडम 5 मिनट में एग्जाम आ जा रहा है।
आ रहा है? अच्छा। तो यू ऑल नीड कुछ और एक्सप्लेन करने की जरूरत है किसी चीज पे?
सेशन नहीं हुआ है तो किसी को बात नहीं,
आप लोग को जाना है तो कोई चीज समझ में ना आए तो आई एम देयर। तो आप लोग कुछ भी समझ में ना आए, कोई क्वेरी हो, टीचर जा चुके लेकिन मैं हूँ, कुछ भी पूछना है तो आई एम देयर।